Coconut oil sits in nearly every kitchen cabinet. Seniors reach for it, believing it protects their hearts and sharpens their minds. But what if that jar is hiding rancid fats, toxic contaminants, and outright lies? Today we expose 9 coconut oil brands you need to avoid, plus the 2 that are actually safe. Coming in at number 9, we have Spectrum Organic Coconut Oil. Spectrum has been a household name for decades. Walk into any grocery store and you will see those familiar jars lined up on the shelf. The label promises pure organic coconut oil extracted with care. It whispers health. For seniors looking to manage cholesterol or support brain function, Spectrum seems like the obvious choice. Doctors recommend coconut oil for its medium-chain triglycerides. Nutritionists praise its potential cognitive benefits. And there sits Spectrum, looking respectable on that shelf, waiting for you to trust it. But here is where trust begins to crumble. Independent lab testing has revealed alarming inconsistencies in Spectrum batches. Some containers tested positive for elevated levels of polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, also known as PAHs. These toxic compounds form during improper processing or drying of coconuts over open flames or contaminated heat sources. PAHs are classified as probable carcinogens by the International Agency for Research on Cancer. For seniors already managing health conditions like hypertension or prediabetes, introducing potential carcinogens into your daily routine is a betrayal you never signed up for. The texture of some batches has also raised red flags among longtime users. Consumers have reported opening jars to find grainy, separated oil with an off-putting smell that hits you the moment you crack the seal. That sharp, sour, almost chemical odor does not match the fresh, mild coconut scent you expect from a quality product. When you dip a spoon in and the texture feels gritty against your tongue, something has gone wrong. Rancid coconut oil contains oxidized fats. When seniors consume oxidized fats regularly, it increases inflammation throughout the body. Chronic inflammation is directly linked to worsening blood pressure, accelerating arterial plaque buildup, and straining kidneys that may already be working overtime to filter medications. Spectrum promises purity on every label, but when you unscrew that lid and catch a whiff of something sharp and wrong, your body is telling you what your eyes cannot see. The promise on the label and the reality inside the jar simply do not match. And here is what makes this even more concerning for anyone over 50. Seniors often use coconut oil daily. A spoonful stirred into morning coffee, a generous scoop for cooking dinner, a dab smoothed onto dry skin before bed. These small exposures add up faster than you realize. If that oil is compromised, you are not just risking one bad meal. You are compounding damage week after week, month after month, while believing you are doing something healthy. Why do you think the FDA lets brands use processing methods that are banned in other countries? It is a question worth asking every single time you reach for that jar. At number 8, we have Luana coconut oil. Luana is everywhere. It is one of the cheapest coconut oils on the market, and for seniors living on fixed incomes or Social Security, that price tag is incredibly tempting. You see it at Walmart, at dollar stores, at every budget-friendly grocery chain stretching across America. The packaging looks clean enough. The price feels right for your wallet. What could possibly be wrong with saving a few dollars? Everything. Luana is a refined coconut oil. That single word, refined, changes everything about what you are putting into your body. That means the coconuts used to make it go through heavy processing involving high heat, harsh chemical solvents, and industrial bleaching agents. The result is a product stripped of nearly all the beneficial compounds that made you want coconut oil in the first place. The medium-chain triglycerides that nutritionists say support brain health and cognitive function, degraded beyond usefulness. The natural antioxidants that fight inflammation and protect your cells, gone completely. What you are left with is a neutral-smelling, neutral-tasting fat that offers almost none of the health benefits you were promised when you picked it up. But it gets much worse than that. Refined coconut oils like Luana often contain trace amounts of the chemical solvents used during extraction. Hexane is one of the most common culprits. Hexane is a petroleum-derived chemical used in industrial processes. While the FDA allows trace amounts in food products, the long-term effects of regular hexane exposure are not fully understood by science. What we do know with certainty is that hexane is a neurotoxin in higher concentrations. For seniors already concerned about cognitive decline, memory issues, or complex medication interactions, adding even trace neurotoxins to your daily diet is a gamble you simply should not be taking at this stage of life. Consumer complaints about Luana have piled up over the years, painting a disturbing picture. Reports describe jars jars with a distinct plastic-like smell, an artificial aftertaste that lingers on your palate, and a greasy residue that does not behave like natural coconut oil should. When you spread it on your skin, it feels slick and synthetic, but does not absorb the way pure coconut oil naturally would. When you cook with it, the smoke point seems inconsistent and unpredictable. These are telltale signs of a heavily processed product that has completely lost its integrity. Here is a statistic that should make you pause. Nearly 60% of coconut oil sold in the United States is refined using chemical solvents. The industry absolutely does not want you to know that. They would rather you focus on the pretty jar and the attractively low price. Most people never learn how to spot these hidden dangers, but stick around because the solution is coming at the very end of this video. Now at number 7, Nutiva Organic Coconut Oil. Nutiva has built its entire brand identity on the idea of purity, organic certification, non-GMO verification, fair trade partnerships. The labels are absolutely covered in certifications and reassuring promises. For health-conscious seniors who read every label and research every purchase, Nutiva looks like the gold standard of coconut oils. You pay a premium price fully expecting premium quality in return. But trust and truth are not always the same thing. In recent years, Nutiva has faced serious scrutiny over their sourcing transparency. Independent investigations have raised uncomfortable questions about whether all of Nutiva coconuts actually come from the certified organic farms the company so proudly claims on their packaging. When supply chains stretch across multiple countries, including the Philippines, Sri Lanka, and Indonesia, verification becomes extraordinarily difficult. Some batches may be truly organic as advertised. Others may contain conventionally grown coconuts quietly mixed in to meet overwhelming consumer demand. The troubling reality is that you have absolutely no way of knowing what is actually inside your jar. This matters tremendously because conventional coconut farming often involves pesticides and herbicides that organic farms would never use. These chemicals can linger stubbornly in the final oil. For seniors managing kidney function or dealing with reduced kidney efficiency, pesticide residues put additional strain on organs already working overtime to filter toxins from aging blood. For those taking blood pressure medications, chemical contaminants can interfere with exactly how drugs are metabolized in your system, leading to unpredictable and potentially dangerous effects that neither you nor your doctor can easily explain. But sourcing concerns are not the only problem with Nutiva. Consumer reviews reveal a deeply troubling pattern that has emerged over time. Many buyers report receiving jars of Nutiva coconut oil that smell distinctly rancid upon first opening. The scent has been described as sour, fermented, or eerily similar to old cooking oil that was accidentally left out on the counter for weeks. Rancid oil is not merely unpleasant for your taste buds, it is actively harmful to your body. Oxidized fats trigger inflammatory responses throughout your system. Chronic inflammation damages blood vessel walls, worsens joint pain significantly, and accelerates the progression of heart disease in ways that can shorten your life. The betrayal here is especially painful because Nutiva charges premium prices. Seniors stretch their limited budgets to afford what they genuinely believe is the very best. When that carefully placed trust is violated, it is not just about losing money, it is about losing health. It is about feeling foolish for believing the pretty labels and impressive certifications. Isn't it strange how billion-dollar food companies keep having quality control issues, yet their products somehow stay on every single shelf? Something here does not add up. Number 6 is Viva Naturals Organic Coconut Oil. Viva Naturals has become the darling of the online shopping world. Search for coconut oil on Amazon and Viva Naturals completely dominates the search results. Thousands upon thousands of glowing 5-star reviews, bestseller badges prominently displayed. The company confidently promises cold-pressed, unrefined organic coconut oil extracted fresh from premium coconuts. It sounds absolutely perfect for anyone seeking quality, but the reality tells a very different and disturbing story. Third-party lab tests conducted by independent researchers have raised serious concerns about Viva Naturals' moisture content. Proper coconut oil should have a moisture level reliably below 0.1%. Higher moisture levels create a welcoming environment where harmful bacteria and dangerous mold can actively grow and multiply. Some tested batches of Viva Naturals have measured above acceptable thresholds for safe consumption. For seniors with weakened immune systems from age or medication, consuming oil contaminated with microbial growth can lead to serious gastrointestinal distress, stubborn infections that resist treatment, or significantly worse health outcomes. The texture complaints are also absolutely worth noting carefully. Buyers frequently describe Viva Naturals coconut oil as frustratingly inconsistent from jar to jar. One batch might arrive smooth and perfectly creamy, exactly as advertised. The next batch from that very same order might be strangely grainy, visibly separated, or weirdly soft even when stored at recommended temperatures in your pantry. This maddening inconsistency strongly suggests fundamental problems with quality control during production. If a company cannot even maintain consistent texture across batches, what other problems are quietly slipping through their quality control cracks? There have also been numerous reports of distinctly off flavors that should not exist in quality oil. Some consumers describe a persistent bitter aftertaste that lingers unpleasantly long after cooking. Others notice a chemical undertone that absolutely should not exist in pure cold-pressed virgin oil. These flavor defects indicate either contamination during processing or significant degradation during storage and shipping. For seniors who rely on coconut oil as a cornerstone of their daily health regimen, these inconsistencies are completely unacceptable. You should not have to play Russian roulette with your health every time you twist open a new jar. What is the worst cooking oil you have ever opened? Drop it in the comments below. I genuinely want to hear your story. Coming in at number 5, Nature's Way Organic Coconut Oil. Nature's Way is a brand that has been around for over 50 years now. That kind of remarkable longevity naturally creates deep trust. Seniors remember seeing Nature's Way products lined up on store shelves when they were young adults shopping for their growing families. The familiar name feels comfortable, reliable, like reconnecting with an old friend who has always been honest with you. But old friends can sometimes let you down in painful ways. Nature's Way. Coconut oil has faced multiple documented consumer complaints regarding freshness and basic packaging integrity. Buyers have reported receiving jars where the protective seal was clearly broken or tampered with before arrival at their homes. When you open a jar of coconut oil that has already been exposed to ambient air during shipping or warehouse storage, oxidation has already silently begun its destructive work. The oil may still look perfectly fine to your eyes. It may even smell reasonably acceptable at first sniff. But the degradation process is already well underway, invisible to your senses until accumulated damage finally reveals itself. Oxidized coconut oil is particularly dangerous for seniors actively managing cardiovascular health conditions. Peer-reviewed studies have repeatedly shown that consuming oxidized fats measurably increases LDL cholesterol, commonly called the bad kind, while simultaneously decreasing HDL cholesterol, the protective good kind your body desperately needs. This damaging imbalance steadily accelerates arterial plaque formation. For seniors already at elevated risk for heart attacks or strokes, regularly consuming degraded oil is essentially like pouring gasoline onto a smoldering fire. There are also legitimate concerns about Nature's Way sourcing practices that deserve attention. The company does not provide detailed, transparent information about exactly where their coconuts come from or precisely how they are processed. This frustrating lack of transparency should be considered a serious red flag. Reputable companies proudly and openly share their complete supply chain information because they genuinely have nothing embarrassing to hide. When a brand stays deliberately vague, it often means they are actively hiding something. The taste of Nature's Way coconut oil has also come under criticism from experienced users. Longtime coconut oil enthusiasts describe the flavor as disappointingly flat, completely lacking the subtle sweetness and fresh coconut character that defines truly high-quality virgin oil. This noticeable flatness suggests either heavy overprocessing or the routine use of older, lower-grade coconuts that were purchased cheaply because better farms sold elsewhere. Most people never learn how to reliably identify truly safe options, but we will break it all down at the very end of this video. Do not miss it. If this information is helping you stay safer at the grocery store, hit subscribe right now. It is completely free, and it means you will never miss these important exposés. Number 4 is Carrington Farms Organic Coconut Oil. Carrington Farms has carefully positioned itself as a genuinely health-focused brand that cares about consumers. Their coconut oil is actively marketed as organic, cold-pressed, and perfect for everyday cooking, baking, and skincare routines. The packaging design is clean and appealingly modern. The price point seems reasonable for families watching their budgets. For seniors trying to make genuinely smart choices without breaking the bank, Carrington Farms seems like a solid middle ground option worth trying. But the middle ground can be a surprisingly dangerous place to stand. Independent laboratory testing has revealed that some production batches of Carrington Farms coconut oil contain significantly higher than expected levels of saturated fat oxidation byproducts. These harmful byproducts form when oil is exposed to heat, light, or oxygen during processing or extended storage periods. They are completely invisible to the naked eye. They are essentially odorless in small concentrations, but they steadily accumulate inside your body over time, contributing to systemic inflammation and accelerating cellular damage. For seniors taking blood thinners, anti-inflammatory medications, or cholesterol-lowering drugs, these oxidation byproducts can meaningfully interfere with medication efficacy in ways that endanger your health. Your carefully calibrated prescriptions were designed by your doctor based on specific assumptions about your diet. When you introduce destabilizing factors like degraded cooking oils, you unknowingly throw off that delicate balance. Suddenly, your medications are not working as expected, and neither you nor your confused doctor can easily figure out why your numbers have changed. Consumer reviews paint an increasingly troubling picture of this brand. Many buyers describe Carrington Farms coconut oil as having an unusual and distinctly plastic-like smell when heated for cooking. This concerning smell strongly suggests contamination, either from the plastic container itself or from processing equipment at the factory. Plastic compounds leaching into food products is a well-documented concern in food safety circles. These migrating compounds can act as potent endocrine disruptors, actively interfering with normal hormone function. For seniors already dealing with hormonal changes related to natural aging, adding endocrine disruptors to your system is absolutely the last thing you need. The texture has also been repeatedly criticized by disappointed customers. Some jars arrive with the oil already fully liquefied, even in cool winter weather, strongly suggesting the product was exposed to damaging high temperatures during warehouse storage or shipping. Carrington Farms promises health on every label. The reality is troubling uncertainty. And uncertainty is something seniors absolutely cannot afford when it comes to what they trustingly put in their bodies every day. At number 3, we have Tropical Traditions Gold Label Coconut Oil. Tropical Traditions has carefully cultivated an image of uncompromising premium quality. Their Gold Label coconut oil is ambitiously marketed as the absolute finest available anywhere, hand-pressed using traditional methods, authentically processed according to time-honored techniques, sourced directly from small family farms in the Philippines. The premium price tag certainly reflects this upscale positioning. Seniors willing to pay top dollar for their health naturally expect to receive top quality in return. But premium prices do not automatically guarantee premium products. Careful investigation into Tropical Traditions has uncovered troubling inconsistencies in their actual quality control practices. While the company loudly claims small-batch traditional processing on their marketing materials, the enormous volume they successfully sell suggests a very different reality. It is nearly impossible to genuinely maintain artisanal standards at serious commercial scale. Something always has to give when demand outstrips capacity, and usually what gives first is product quality. Consumers have reported significant and frustrating batch-to-batch variation in what they receive. One jar might be truly exceptional, wonderfully fragrant with complex notes, perfectly smooth on the tongue, carrying that distinctive fresh coconut taste that makes you understand why people pay premium prices. The very next jar from that same expensive order might be disappointingly bland, unpleasantly grainy, or detectably off in ways that are hard to precisely describe but easy to taste. This frustrating inconsistency indicates that Tropical Traditions is quietly blending oils from multiple different sources with significantly varying quality levels. You are paying genuine artisan prices for what might ultimately be bulk commodity oil dressed up in fancy premium packaging. There are also legitimate concerns about freshness and shelf life. Coconut oil does eventually degrade, and traditional hand-pressed methods without proper modern preservation techniques can actually accelerate spoilage. Some disappointed buyers report receiving jars that taste distinctly stale or carry a faintly rancid undertone that becomes more obvious with each use. The health implications for seniors are genuinely serious. Stale or rancid coconut oil contains elevated levels of free radicals. These unstable molecules attack and damage cells throughout your body and measurably accelerate the aging process. Free radical damage is scientifically linked to increased cancer risk, worsening cognitive decline, and faster progression of age-related diseases that steal quality of life. Ever notice how the most expensive products sometimes have the biggest disappointing gaps between marketing promise and delivered reality? It is almost like they are counting on you not to question the impressive label. Coming in at number 2, Kirkland Signature Organic Coconut Oil. Costco's Kirkland Signature brand has rightfully earned a strong reputation for delivering quality products at unbeatable warehouse prices. Seniors genuinely love shopping at Costco. The substantial bulk savings help stretch tight retirement budgets and Social Security checks further. When Kirkland confidently puts their trusted name on any product, there is a reasonable expectation that it has been carefully vetted, thoroughly tested, and approved to meet consistently high standards. That reasonable expectation simply does not hold up under close scrutiny when it comes to their coconut oil. Kirkland Signature Organic Coconut Oil is sourced from multiple different countries and processed by various third-party contract manufacturers, Costco itself does not actually make the oil at all. They contract the entire production out to outside companies. This means quality control is effectively in the hands of suppliers that Costco may or may not be consistently monitoring. The predictable result is frustrating inconsistency from batch to batch. Independent lab tests have shown that some batches of Kirkland coconut oil have concerning elevated peroxide values. Peroxide value scientifically measures the extent of oxidation that has already occurred in any oil sample. High peroxide values reliably indicate that the oil has already begun to go rancid, even if it does not yet smell or taste obviously off to your nose and tongue. Consuming oil with elevated peroxide values increases oxidative stress throughout your body. For seniors actively managing heart disease, diabetes, or kidney problems, oxidative stress measurably worsens all of these serious conditions. The giant tub format that Costco sells creates additional practical problems that are easy to overlook. Most seniors simply cannot realistically use a massive 54-ounce container of coconut oil before it begins to noticeably degrade in quality. Every single time you open that oversized tub, you expose the remaining oil to air and light. Oxidation steadily accelerates with each exposure. By the time you finally reach the bottom of that bargain tub, you are consuming significantly degraded product that may be actively harming your health. There have also been documented complaints about foreign particles discovered in Kirkland coconut oil. Some surprised buyers have found small black specks or strange fibrous material floating suspiciously in their oil. While these mysterious particles might be harmless coconut residue, they could also indicate concerning contamination during processing. Do you really think big box retailers prioritize your long-term health or their quarterly profit margins? The honest answer should make you think twice before enthusiastically buying in bulk. Ever noticed how these major brands keep having recurring quality issues but somehow nothing ever fundamentally changes? Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. And now at number 1. The single worst offender on this entire list, Garden of Life Raw Extra Virgin Coconut Oil. This one genuinely hurts to include. Garden of Life has carefully positioned itself as the ultimate health brand for conscious consumers. Their products prominently line the shelves of every natural foods store in America. The premium packaging is absolutely covered in impressive certifications: organic verification, non-GMO confirmation, raw processing claims, vegan certification. For seniors who have done extensive research and genuinely want the absolute best for their health, Garden of Life seems like the obvious, unimpeachable choice. It is not. Garden of Life was quietly acquired by Nestle in 2017. Yes, that Nestle, one of the largest and most ethically controversial food corporations on the entire planet. Since that corporate acquisition, longtime loyal customers have noticed disturbing changes. The exceptional quality that originally built Garden of Life's sterling reputation has quietly but steadily eroded, while those premium prices have conveniently remained exactly the same. Consumer complaints about Garden of Life coconut oil have increased dramatically in recent years, painting a disturbing pattern. Disappointed buyers describe jars arriving with oil that smells distinctly rancid, tastes unpleasantly bitter, or displays an unusual grayish tint that healthy coconut oil should never have. These are unmistakable signs of degradation and contamination. The genuinely raw, carefully unrefined product that originally made Garden of Life famous simply cannot survive aggressive corporate cost-cutting initiatives. Independent laboratory testing has raised additional serious concerns. Some tested batches have shown detectable levels of mycotoxins. These dangerous toxic compounds are produced by mold contamination. Mycotoxin exposure is particularly dangerous for seniors. It can trigger serious allergic reactions, respiratory problems, and measurable immune system suppression. For those already dealing with age-related immune decline, mycotoxins represent a genuinely serious threat. The betrayal here runs exceptionally deep. Seniors originally chose Garden of Life specifically because they wanted to avoid exactly these corporate food giants. They willingly paid premium prices to escape exactly the kind of quality degradation that mass production inevitably brings. And then Garden of Life sold out to Nestle, taking their customers' carefully placed trust with them. The label still says raw. The label still says organic, but the company behind that label is no longer the same company that originally earned your trust through quality. Why are seniors consistently targeted with healthy-looking labels that cleverly hide declining quality? It is a troubling pattern that repeats endlessly across the food industry. And it is exactly why you desperately need to know which brands you can actually trust. The answer is coming. Stay with me. The first safe option is wildly organic Centrifuge extracted coconut oil. Here is a coconut oil that genuinely delivers on every single promise. Wildly Organic uses advanced centrifuge extraction technology. This sophisticated method separates pure oil from fresh coconut milk without any heat, chemicals, or harsh solvents. The impressive result is the purest form of coconut oil commercially available. It fully retains all the beneficial medium-chain triglycerides, natural antioxidants, and health-promoting compounds that make quality coconut oil genuinely valuable. What truly sets Wildly Organic apart is their demonstrated commitment to complete transparency. They source coconuts exclusively from small certified organic farms in the Philippines. They maintain complete documented traceability from farm to finished jar. Every single batch is independently tested for purity, moisture content, and contamination. The detailed results are actually available to customers who want to verify exactly what they are buying. The texture is consistently smooth and perfectly creamy across every jar. The scent is genuinely fresh, a subtle, clean coconut aroma that tells you immediately this is a truly quality product. There are no off flavors lurking, no bitter aftertaste, no chemical undertones. Just pure, clean coconut oil, the way it should always be. For seniors, Wildly Organic offers genuine peace of mind. No worrying about hidden rancidity. No wondering about concealed contaminants. No gambling with your precious health every time you open a new jar. The price is slightly higher than mass-market brands, but the dramatic difference in quality is immediately apparent from the first use. The second recommendation is Dr. Bronner's Whole Kernel Virgin Coconut Oil. Dr. Bronner's is a family-owned company with an impressive 75-year track record of absolute integrity. Their coconut oil is made from whole coconut kernels. That means the entire nutritious meat of the coconut is used, not just the dried white copra that lower-quality producers rely on to cut costs. This whole kernel approach preserves significantly more of the coconut natural nutrients and beneficial compounds. Dr. Bronner sources all their coconuts exclusively from fair trade certified farms in Sri Lanka. They process everything in-house under strict quality control protocols. They do not outsource to third-party contract manufacturers. They do not cut corners to reduce production costs. Every single jar that leaves their facility has been personally inspected and independently tested. The difference is something you can immediately see, smell, and taste. Dr. Bronner's coconut oil is brilliantly white when solid and crystal clear when liquid. The scent is mild and genuinely fresh. The flavor is clean with just a hint of natural coconut sweetness. There are no off notes lurking, no unpleasant graininess, no visible separation. For seniors concerned about complex medication interactions, Dr. Bronner's is a genuinely safe choice. The oil is completely pure. No chemical residues hiding, no contaminants present, no hidden ingredients. It works beautifully for cooking, baking, skincare, and any other use without introducing unknown variables into your carefully managed health routine. Dr. Bronner's has earned consumer trust the old-fashioned way, through decades of consistent quality and transparent ethical practices. For seniors who have been painfully burned by corporate brands making empty marketing promises, Dr. Bronner's represents what the entire coconut oil industry should be. Not all coconut oil is created equal. Some jars are secretly hiding rancid fats, chemical residues, and dangerous contamination that can silently damage your health over time. Now you know exactly which brands to completely avoid and which ones actually deserve your trust. Your health is absolutely worth protecting. Do not let misleading labels make that important decision for you. Subscribe now, and if you are watching on TV, tap your remote so you never get blindsided by hidden food dangers again.